Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have this werewolf look for you guys. So first we're going to start off normal. I'm just priming my face and I am priming my eyelids with the NYX shadow base. Normally I would use concealer, but this is going to be a very dramatic look. So I wanted to use some base. You can use concealer if you'd like. I'm also going to be using that shadow base on my forehead where I'm going to start out my werewolf hairline. And I'm just kind of freehanding here, so I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. I'm warning you guys from right now. And I'm just extending that shadow base down the sides of my face. So now with an NYC brown pencil, I am going to start carving out where my cut crease is going to be. And we're going to be connecting that cut crease to our hairline. So I'm going to extend the line all the way to where that white shadow base is. Alright, so now with a Morphe blending brush, I'm going to be blending out that brown color and making it a little bit less harsh. And with the color knocked out from the Too Faced palette, I'm going to start diffusing that line. That's the best brown that I have. I know it's a limited edition palette, but any chocolatey brown color will work. If you have the Too Faced chocolate palette, or you can just pick up a single eyeshadow, any chocolate color will work. So here I'm just making that crease very defined and dragging it all the way up to my hairline with a pointed eyeshadow brush. And here we're just blending per usual. And just make sure you're blending that out. So now with the two highlighter shades from the Carli palette, I'm going to take a regular eyeshadow brush and just highlight my brow bone. And I'm going to be dragging this all the way to the end to, as far as the brown line goes. Because we're going to make the appearance of having our eyes connecting to our hair, like wolves kind of do. Using those same two colors, I'm going to be prepping my lids for the gold that I'm going to be adding later. And again, you want to make sure that you're dragging that all the way to the back, to the hairline. And just be neat with the lines. So using this gold color from the Carli palette, I'm going to pack that color on to my lids. We are going to be adding another gold on top. This is just mainly prep. And I'm using a synthetic eyeshadow brush because that's the best technique to keep the lines nice and neat. And again, blend it all out. And I'm just adding a little bit more of that white color. I just want the colors to look nice and bright. So I go in a lot of times with the colors over and over. So if you don't think that your eyes are looking nice and bright, just go in a million times. So now I'm going to be adding foundation to my forehead, which was really stupid. I should have added the foundation before I added the shadow base, but I was just kind of winging it here. So I'm doing some of the steps backwards. So now with that same NYC brown pencil, I'm going to be shaping on my hairline and kind of just doing upward flicking motions just to give it the appearance that there's hair there. And the pencil that I'm using is dark brown. And I'm just doing random hairs here and there just to kind of give it the appearance that it is an actual hairline. So now with a angled eyebrow brush and the color knocked out again, I'm just adding more color on top, and adding different shades of brown is going to give it that depth and that, it's going to make it look like real hair. It's going to give it more dimension. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, just grab any random shades of brown that you have for dimension, and here I'm going back in with the pencil. So now with my IT Cosmetics Universal Brow Pencil, I'm going to be filling in my brows as I normally do, and I'm just going to extend them a little bit at the tip just so that it kind of catches up with that long cut crease. And now I'm going to be doing upward flicking motions on my eyebrows, the same technique that you use on your forehead. and this is going to give you the appearance of bushy eyebrows. And you want to take this one step at a time. First I do small flicks, see how that looks, then longer flicks, and for the longer flicks you want to make sure that you're using a lighter hand so that the strands of hair aren't too stark and it looks more real. And I just go back and forth and make sure that everything's looking even, and just flick it a little bit higher and it'll just give it a more bushy appearance. Also make sure you're connecting your crease and your eyebrows to your hairline so it looks more hairy and werewolfish. And here I'm just going over with the IT Cosmetics pencil on my forehead as well, just so everything can blend together and look like it's semi the same color. So now that I'm done with the forehead, I'm going to go straight to the face and add my L'Oreal True Match foundation and blend it out with my Real Techniques blending sponge. Alright, so again, this is like the star of the show. With my IT Cosmetics brow pencil, I'm going to be contouring my nose. This step is optional, but I want it to be a pretty werewolf with a pretty nose. So I kind of just contoured it to, to make it look thin in the middle. And then I'm going to do the flicking motions on the outside of the nose so that my nose still looks a little bit hairy and rough and werewolfish, but still nice and thin. And I'm just doing the flicking motions in both directions, going down and going up, to just make it look more hairy. And I'm just blending it a little bit so that nothing looks stark. So now I'm just adding a little bit of highlighter, well, a lot of highlighter to the bridge of my nose. And here with my Real Techniques contour brush, I'm going to be adding the color Cocoa by True Match. It's a powder that I use to contour normally. And I'm just using a very heavy hand, like no tapping off the excess product, just all on there. This is a very, very deep contour. And then to make it even deeper, I go in with a blending brush and add more of that color. And here I'm just kind of flicking upward so the contour looks a little more blended, as blended as this can look. And with my IT Cosmetics brow pencil, I'm just adding a little bit of hair to the cheekbones. And again, for the dimension, we're using different tools. Second, I'm using that same NYC dark brown pencil. And here with my slanted eyeshadow brush, I'm using the color Knockedout by Too Faced. So with a very, very skinny and dense pencil brush, I am using the color Knockedout by Too Faced, and I am just making a wing at the bottom of my eye. I don't really know what this is called, but yeah, just leave some space in between your lash line and some skin so that you can add some gold down there. But this is really, really easy. So in that empty space in the middle that we left white, you're going to be adding the color Get Lucky by ColourPop, and get used to this color because this is literally the star of the show. So to highlight my inner corner, I'm also using Get Lucky by ColourPop, and I'm just about to go gold crazy real quick. And I just did a little bit of flicking action up there and down and there too and there too. So this is just to add more hair-like features on the face, but I didn't want to have too much brown because it was going to make it look a little ugly. I still want to be pretty, so a lot of the hairs are going to be gold, as you will see towards the end of the look. Here I'm just adding a little more brown. It didn't seem like enough to me. So with a NYX lip liner in the color Bronze Shimmer, I'm going to fill in my entire lip. And then I'm going to go over that with Stone by MAC. And then I'm going to dab a little bit of Get Lucky by ColourPop in the center of my lips, just to go with a gold theme, I guess. And here I'm just lining my lips. They look a little messy. So here I'm just adding a little bit more of hair to connect to my mouth, just to get that werewolf look. So towards the end, I'm a little bit all over the place because I was freehanding here. So I'm just kind of like making it up as I go. So I apologize if it confuses you a little bit. But here I'm just adding more Get Lucky by ColourPop. That's the only gold I use on my face for the entire look. And I'm just adding gold in random places. So under my wings, in between the hairs on my cheekbones, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, a little more under the eyes. And then I just start adding random gold hairs to all the empty spaces on my forehead. So on my eyebrows and on obviously the hairline. And I think this kind of just pulled the look together. It was a really last minute idea, but it's pretty cool. It gives it like a three-dimensional look, in my opinion at least. If you're not a fan of shimmer or gold, you can definitely leave this out and just stick to the matte browns, but I feel like this brought the look over the top. And here I'm just adding random gold flecks of hair to my chin and other parts of my face so that that part is not so bare. So now moving on to the hair, what I did was I parted it in parts and then I took a large brush and just started teasing it like crazy. So I just teased all of my hair from bottom to top. And the crazier the better, of course, because we are werewolves. And here I'm adding just a few pieces of my Bellami extensions just to give it that much more volume. And I'm teasing everything in together. For this look, I actually skipped out on using hairspray because I wasn't really going anywhere. This was just for the purpose of the tutorial, but if you want the tease to lock and last all night, if you're going out with this look, you can definitely use hairspray in between steps. Some fluff in action. And how could I forget? I forgot to put on my contacts. I forgot to put on eyelashes and mascara. So I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic and Ardell's 122 lashes. And that is it. This is the final look. It is now complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for some of you guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.